What's up? We're live. Frank Bay in the building. Boxing will never leave you. Lord Chiliquiles. Little special Xmas edition, right? If you're like me, you know you got to come from a big family, but sometimes you need a break, right? You know, um, it's oddly enough, I'm an introvert, so I need a break. The family, they're going to do some Christmas stuff, so I said, okay, you know what? Let me take a break, maybe talk some boxing. I got a little bit of time today. I said for the people, you know what? They may be sitting around wanting to hear some boxing talk. You know, if you're around, a little break. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, it could be overwhelming. The familia can be a little loud and a little overwhelming. So Frank Bay, like I said, the boxing will never leave you, man. It's a 24 hours 7 news cycle around here, right? So let me give you my little introduction.
Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
And there you have it. All Frank Bay offers you is some chilaquiles, never leave you. Just like boxing never leaves me. And the truth. The truth according to me. So, I think I'll give the screen. You know how I said, man, the screen is always a little dry. So let me just have some eye candy up there, right? Like, what do we think about that? Is that suitable? Is that what we're liking out here? I mean, likey. I like a lot. I like a lot. You know what, man? I'm getting kind of over this Alicia Baumgartner thing. I'm kind of over it. How do you guys feel? She's kind of like too big headed. She's kind of like she thinks she's all that. Like, her head getting a little too big. That's the thing with the world today, right? These chicks out here, man. I mean, they average 3 or 4, man. I think there's 7 or 8 because they get online, they get on social media, and you got all these dudes in their inboxes and they're blowing them the fuck up. So they walk around with attitude. It's all about me. I liked it better when they didn't know what they were worth. That's when I liked it. You got to knock them down a peg. They think they're the prize. And I'm like, look, ho, Frank Bay is the prize. I could be doing a million other things, They want you to spend money. They want you to spend time. And then you need to be working. And then if you're watching boxing, it's not enough. Here's the thing about women. Women want. Want. They want the world. Believe, don't ever get it twisted. Women want. They're never happy. That's just not in their nature. They just want. They get around their little sewing circle, their friends, and they're all kind of competing, and they just want. That's their nature. But, I love women. But Frank Bay needs his time, he needs his time with his boys. I know you guys could be doing a million things, football's on. I think this game is over and they're gonna get ready for the next one. And it's Xmas, but me, I my family, they let me have a break. I get kind of overwhelmed and I'm going to put some toys together, do a little cleaning. Frank Bay likes to have things clean, but I need to decompress. Bond Squad, salute Eric Gomez. Yeah, thank you. Maybe you guys are like me. It's like, look, I like the family. I love Christmas. I love everything, but I get overwhelmed by too much noise and, children running and, when the children get to running, I get anxious and nervous. I'm just like my grandfather. I come from a big family. Tamales, fat ass. I can only eat 2. I love tamales, but I can only have 2. And Frank Bay's chick, man, she brings like 30. She buys like 30 at a time, and I can only eat so many. They're extremely fattening. Just eat a couple, man. And then you put the sour cream and the chili. Ho, ho, ho. That's right. Love my hizzos. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you joining me on this Xmas. I think you guys are like me. It's like, I love the fam. I love you, but can y'all leave? Can you take the kids, go visit? They have Frank Bay's chick. She has family, so they go visit the fam, and then there's a bunch of kids over there, and I get a break. But my break's not really a break. It's like I gotta clean, put uh put the toys together, break down all the boxes. Yeah, back sour cream, salsa, hot sauce, and tamales. Yeah. Some people are against sour cream. I love sour cream. Pause, right? I love crema, sour cream on burritos, tacos. Not TJ tacos, but like Taco Bell tacos. It's always good. It's always good. Sometimes shit is dry, but real Mexicans, they look at you with distaste, with disgust if you put sour cream on my burrito. Sour cream on my burrito. But chile is a must, and I'm a green chile guy. I don't know about you guys. Are you guys a green chile? Frank with the daddy. Thank you, Blaze. Yeah, man, I gotta. She's like, I'm gonna give you a break, but really, they're going off to trash somebody else's house, right? Let the kids, beat up uncle and auntie's sofas, and then I get stuck with the bill, and then dad has to clean the whole damn house, wash the dishes, put the boxes away. So I'm working. I'm gonna take a break. I get my little time right now, and then I gotta go put together the toys. So dad, yeah, daddy duty. You prefer green pozole? You know, I'm not really a pozole 24/7. It's just for me in the morning. Really in the morning. And to be honest, I don't like everybody's. I don't know. It has to be just right for me, My grandpa liked menudo. I grew up on menudo more than pozole. And pozole is really just a Christmas thing. But I mean, I never was like all into it, I'm like plain as fuck. I'm a picky person. So I just get a plate of beans, 2 tamales, I like to pace myself because I'm a drinker. You like menudo more than pozole? Yeah, that's how my grandpa was. He didn't really fuck with pozole like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to load it with like you need about 5 lemons with it just to get anything out of it. I'm sorry, no disrespect, but and all the cabbage, and I'm just like, I like to pace myself. I don't like getting full because I'm having my palomas, I'm having my shots with my uncles, and I can't be having shots and drinking beer if I'm stuffed on like 8 tamales, Like some cousins, man, some uncles, like they live in the kitchen. And then, my grandma, the aunties and uncles, they like to incorporate the ham and, traditional Xmas gringo food. I always used to go to Southgate Tweety Fair for the fine Lebanese Mexican girls. They sound hairy as fuck. I couldn't imagine a Lebanese Mexican girl. Are you saying mixed or like there's a Lebanese community? You're supposed to eat after a long day of drinking. Thank you. That's what I do. Because my grandma and my mom, my aunties, they're like, you never eat, Frank. I'm like, I'm pacing myself. It's called pacing. Damn, you start at like 1. You're starting at 1. Like, damn. And you're having thirds and seconds. I actually eat just so I don't get harassed. And then I put my plate to the side. And I'm a leftover guy, right? I want to get sloppy drunk, come home, have a little sex, and then I eat. You feel me? Who's with me? Get smashed, and then wait. Then on the drive home, you're feeling a little woozy, and your girl, she's like, making sure you're okay. And when you get home, maybe she gives you a sloppy toppy. You get laid, and then she goes, "Hey, babe, you want anything?" See, Eric gets it, man. That's why you fuck with me, right? That's what a man does. I drive there, I get everything ready, put all the Christmas and the presents, and daddy loads up the truck, and they got to get the kiddos, so I work it from morning, and then when we come home, put the rugrats to bed, and then she hooks it up. But ain't Lebanese, I was gonna say that sound hairy as hell. Who's a nice joint always helps with the appetite. Yeah, I used when I was a teenager and a young man. I used to get high with the cuzzos, but I don't know, man. I just got too paranoid being around my family. Now I'm an adult. I feel like I don't want the kids and my nephews to be seeing me like that. I don't know. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? I usually do it just to myself. But I mean, I used to do that at family events, all the cousins, go to the park or something, go get some drink, some liquor, you know. But yeah, man, Christmas Eve, hit the like, Frank Bay, Lord Chilaquiles will never leave you. I hope you're enjoying your Xmas. You see Alicia. But yeah, man, some boxing. Vape, bruh. Nah, that shit'll kill you. Isn't it more dangerous? Dude, if I smoke, I'm gonna smoke a blunt. I like the whole breaking it down, chopping it up, rolling it, licking it, pause. I like to smoke. I used to be a smoker, actually. Uh, nice bomb. Yeah, yeah. But isn't she getting a little big headed though? I feel like everybody's gassing her up, gassing her up. Shit. Frank came back to the house smelling like scante for the family. Yeah, man. I had different phases. Frank Bay liked a little of the snow, the hyena. You know what I'm saying? I had a little party time, and I just got to be like, you know what? I don't want to be around my family like that. And I used to be like, I used to get sloppy drunk too, and now I don't get too drunk anymore. I have shots. I pay. When you become a man, you learn it's about pace. I can't, I can't be having family duty, dad duty, being all sloppy drunk, and then Barico Chico. Yeah, yeah, man, it's fun, man. The cousins. My cousin was a big time. I don't want to say traffic. I don't a transporter. I guess he had the good stuff. So I never had to worry, and he never asked for anything except bail. Cute average face with the great body. The Lebanese. Oh yeah, they're beautiful. I mean, they're dead. They probably get mistaken for Mexican, but they're hairy. Aren't they hairy, or are they the new breed of Hawker Mustang? Salutes, Hawker. Hawker, what the fuck do you eat? Are you like a country boy? Or are you like in the Minnesota or something? You like a what kind of boy are you? Good old boy. Or do you fuck with the tamales? You know what I'm saying? Oh, Alicia. Cute average face with the great body, but she's getting like muscular. I'm just saying she's getting her head gassed up, with all these dudes treating her like fine wine. Frank rather talk boxing than talk to his fam. Bro, no, I got a break, they're out. The fam bam, they took off. They wanted me to stay. They don't like taking me anywhere. I get too drunk. Especially if I don't have no duties. They're out there, they're other family's house, the other relatives. So they're making a couple stops, drop gift off, and I'm just like, you know what? I don't like I can't handle other people's kids. When it's my immediate family, I can handle the kids, because I can discipline them. But I can't handle too many other kids, because I can't discipline. I can't tell her other relatives for their kids to shut the fuck up. I eat a little bit of everything. I bet you do. Looked like Alicia was digging Josh. Yeah, that's what everybody's saying. Do you think Joshua smashed? Did she ride the baloney pony? Yeah. She was jocking heavy. Yeah, man. But you guys are the same. I mean, you're listening, want to talk some boxing. You need a little break. You need a little break. I love my family, but I need a little break every now and then. And now, like, I come from a big family, but now everybody kind of does their own thing. We live hours and hours apart now. People move, so it's hard to stay close knit. Once people have children and then their children have children, it's hard to stay as close as we all once were. So, but yeah, man, boxing, looking back, looking at the tree, it's been a hell of a year. David Benavidez, Bam Rodriguez, Davina Hankey back, Ryan's big news on Instagram, or no, Kick. AJ married, stay away from the news side piece. Is he? He doesn't promote it like he is. Maybe he's keeping it a secret. AJ smashes, bro. I mean, did you guys see that clip when they were all dissing Fraud Mayrunner? You guys want me to show that? And oh my gosh, Frank hates his life. Damn. What kind of haterish shit is that, dude? Oh, man. Damn. No, man. You know what? I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to be better. I think we can all be better. There's parts of myself that I don't like. Show the video, the one with Floyd Mayweather and AJ, when all the hoes, like, they didn't even know who Floyd was. Let me see if I can pull it up. That was cold as shit, though. That came out of nowhere. You, like, threw me off, though. Ingenuity. Where's that? I agree. That's one thing I will say. I'm not a person that is that thinks that there's only one way to celebrate. You know, whatever you want to believe, but I do it for my family, bro. You know, no matter what my belief, if my family wants to celebrate, I'm gonna make them happy. That's being a man, right? Being a man, my dad taught me, like, being a man is sometimes you sacrifice your own happiness for your family. You know, we're not gonna please everybody, but we can still do the little things. You know, if it's like, there was a phase when I was like, man, I'm not celebrating Christmas. It's all commercialism. You know, people are animals. They go beat people up on Black Friday. You know, I was in my rebellious phase when I did not celebrate Christmas. You know, I was reading books. I was in school. Oh, yeah, a humiliation ritual. But then when I had my own family, I said, you know, it's not about me. It's about their happiness. So, you know, screw how I feel. And I said, you know, there's a bigger picture to it. Let them enjoy. Why am I going to be a hater? Essentially. Okay, let me see if I could bring it up. But yeah, AJ made Floyd look like a little peon, didn't he? Frank never believed in Santa. You know, believe it or not, I was early wise. I didn't know. I knew there was no tooth fairy. I seen my dad put the presents up. So I kind of stopped believing at a young age. And then, you know, I was telling my little cousins to piss them off that they were, Santa wasn't real. And then I got an ass whipping. My dad said, don't you ever fucking do that again. I'll kick your ass even worse. Damn. So you look, man, to each his own. We should be allowed to coexist. There shouldn't be any discrimination, at least as far as I go. But you know what? This is the world we live in, right? This is the world that we live in. So, you know, we just have to accept everybody. I mean, and if you don't care to, that's on you. But you know, my family's very big, so I have people that are a part of every religion. You know what I'm saying? I have different races in my family. I have Asian, I have African American, I have white. My stepfather is white. Santa is an ice rat. What would Santa be? Is Santa? He's not. You know, why do we think Santa's American? Frank wants 12 3-minute. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, why not? They need to get their ass whooped. Damn, I keep pulling. I'm trying to find it. So keep talking. Frank wants 12 rounds, 3-minute boxing. Honestly, man, I'm not. That Alicia Baumgartner fight was just boring. It's boring. I mean, I can't think of. I want to show you guys this. This is hilarious. Since we're keeping it light, right?
Love you.
Man, shut up!
This is a day in the life of a stepdad. I wake up at 6 a.m. and say good morning to my super hot wife. After that, it's time for stepdad duties. My wife told me it's my responsibility to do the household chores every day. After all, she's not looking for a man. She's looking for a man to step up. Then after that, it's time to drop Laquan off at school. He's such a good kid.
Okay, buddy, have a good day at school. I love you.
Man, shut up!
At 3 p.m., my wife lets me watch sports for 30 whole minutes. Then at 5 p.m., I cook a healthy dinner. Then I let Schnookums know that the food is ready. Then it's time for family dinner.
Oh, how was everybody's day?
Man, shut up!
Oh, those two are just so adorable together. At 10 p.m., it's finally time for bed. Maybe my family will respect me tomorrow. And that's my day. This is a day in the life of a stepdad.
The Laquan Quan, yeah, Eric gets it. The Laquan Quan kill me. Hey, but salute. You know, I have a stepdad. I don't. Do you guys have stepdads? That's one thing. No disrespect. If you're a stepdad, more power to you. I just was like, man, I don't know if I could do it. But you know what, man? That's what love is, right? More BC. Women boxing should be 10 rounds. I don't think there should. You know what? I think there should be limited women's boxing. I'm not a fan of it. Quan. What's with the hate? You got a lot of hate. You know, a lot of hate. It's Christmas, man. Can you drop the hate for one Christmas? You know, like, what does the hate come from? Anyway, but more power to you, brother. Women's boxing. Are you guys fans of women's boxing? Let me who likes this babe? Gosh, damn. That is Margot Robbie. Is she a smoke show or what? Gosh. Do you guys like white women? Who like they white women's? Who likes Snowy Mountain? Who likes them snow bunnies? Huh? What do you think white women like us? Or do they just like to dabble, and then when it's time to get married and please the family, they go back to their own? Eric Gomez. Mad this stepdaddy white boy smashing his mom. That's what it is, right? I'd be mad too. Damn, she's hot. Too hot, baby. I like all hot girls. I get, yeah, I'm international. You know what I'm saying? I don't discriminate. Ryan Garcia said Jaron Ennis is overrated. Do you guys agree?
People love. People's the most overrated big name in boxing right now.
The overrated?
Most overrated big name. That people love. Or people know.
Overrated big name. I would say the closest one I could say, people won't agree, but I think Jaron Boots Ennis is overrated at this point. I'm not saying he
love. Or people know.
Overrated big name. I would say the closest one I could say, people won't agree, but I think Jaron Boots Ennis is overrated.
So Ryan says Jaron Ennis is overrated. Would you guys agree? Is Jaron Ennis, is Ryan onto something? He's getting a lot of shit on social media. He said Triple G was not a Hall of Famer. Ryan just says what he thinks. You know, he said Crawford was a scumbag. Ryan is always right. Yeah, I mean, look, you know what? I like that he's going against the grain. He's not trying to be a cuck and appease them. You know, I think he listens. I think he listens to people like us or maybe BDA. Hispanic men and white women are the biggest interracial couples according to statistics. And that's probably true because, you know, if they want to date outside of the race and not get cut off from the fam, probably the lowest, I'm not trying to say it like that, the lowest, but you get what I'm saying. If you want to piss out the fam, but you don't get disowned, then Hispanic would be your best bet. A little bit. What is best win? Ryan speaking them facts, bro. You know, that's why I talk about him, because at least he's not cucking. You know, Ryan could cuck and get a lot more. He could get all of those people on his side by glazing Butthole and glazing Jaron Ennis, but he doesn't. Let's look at Alan Picasso. He looks sharp. This is my opinion. But does he have a chance? Is he looking sharp? What do you guys think? Tell me. Soapy said he has no chance. Salute, never sobers. Just seen him hop in. Thank you, Bulbous. Johnny Blaze said he has no chance. Does he? Okay, let me ask you something. Nah, he looks sharp and fundamental, but he looks a little stiff. Do you guys want to watch it again? Does he look a little too stiff? Is he kind of like he's just not ready? He's too green. What do you think? Is he a little too stiff? Does he look like he's trying a little too hard? Okay, the people have spoken. No pop, trying too hard, stuck in stuck in quicksand. Um, yeah, you know what? I mean, maybe that this is a preview to what his intentions are. He's not coming to box. He's coming to knock him out. Huto getting dropped. Okay, okay. You know, and that's the crazy thing. He looks all right on the pads, but Inui just to animate ass Nika. Yeah, man. Inui's that's why he's a Nui, right? He's a different beast. He's a different breed. Salute, hit the like, Lord Chilaquiles. What if that's Picasso's plan? His plan is to just come forward and drop bombs. Could that be his plan? I don't know. Something tells me that's what no athleticism. But what that's not his game plan. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. What if his game plan is he believes he can he's seen what Ramon Cardenas did, and he's like, look, my best plan is to my best bet is to just go get him out of there. Catch him cold like people have and get him out of there. They flying Mexicans out to Saudi to get knocked out, man. Well, look, in boxing, I was thinking that too. I was like, man, you know, that's the way you do it. You know, Manny Pacquiao built his name off Mexicans. Floyd Mayweather built his name off, you know, being the Mexicutioner as they evolved. You know, everybody, the UK guys, you need to beat a Mexican. That's how you get good. You know, Miguel Cotto fought Margarito. You know, you traditionally, you know, you need a Mexican to beat. You know, Tim Bradley beat Marquez. Facts on facts. His best shot is the left hook, and that's what it looks like he's trying to do. We about to go 0-4. That would be fucked up, right? That's how they do us. Dirty. No Mexican, no life. I mean, where? Okay, so take the Mexicans out. Where would they be without the Mexicans? You know, there was a movie, A Day Without a Mexican. Do you guys remember that? Was it actually called A Day Without a Mexican? I think, or was it something else? I want to say it was A Day Without a Mexican. Like, you would never see that now, right? Could you imagine the movie in the other side? A Day Without a... I don't even want to say it because how racially charged it is. But I could imagine what people would say if it was I want to say Brad Pitt was before your time. I mean, it was only the 2000s. So, or was it the 90s? I know it happened. I want to say it happened. Somebody look it up. What was A Day Without a Mexican? I think I watched it, but they never put A Day Without an Asian. What would that be like? A Day Without a Chinese? You know, will we have no more Chinese food? You know, will we have no more like cheap labor? A Day Without an Indian. What would A Day Without an Indian be? I mean, come on, they made a movie about it. That's crazy. This was a little sus. This was a little south. Did you guys see the video of Tio twerking? Chicken fried rice and broccoli. This was a little sus. This is South Glaze doing real sus shit with Tio. Oh wow. Wow, 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 wow. The world we live in. A Million to One, you remember? Was that a movie? I thought that was always like some kind of punchline, some kind of joke. What's another rate? What would a day without Whitey be? What would that look? What would a day without white people be like? Nobody about to call the cops on you, you know? Don't not getting pulled over while driving. Oh man, no disrespect. I'm just saying they made a fucking movie called A Day Without a Mexican. And it was not a comedy. A Day Without a Mexican. Y'all seen that movie? Is it a legit movie? I feel like I'm living in the Mandela effect. Have you guys heard about that? Mandela or Mandela? The effect. Have you guys heard of that conspiracy theory? I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory. It's just like a Paul Rodriguez movie has Selling Oranges. You remember it? Okay, but but I thought it wasn't about specifically Mexicans. The Mandela effect. Thank you. Yes. And it's like mirror, mirror on the wall. Do you guys remember that? That was never actually said. And Luke, I am not your father. Who's dumb? Explain this, Sobers, because you have a lot more pop culture. You know a lot about these things. So if you can correct me. Are you gonna be up at 4 a.m.? I'm a crackhead, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Get a little cocaina, with the holidays, with the cuzzos, drop me a bag, because I'm his primo. I never realized when I used to hang out with my uncles always had special primos. And you ever heard of a primo? You guys know what a primo is? Who's heard of what a primo is? But it was the plug. My uncles, when they said, "Hey, primo's coming through," they were talking about the plug. Yayo, yeah, yayo, holla for yayo. I think there's a bit. What's that song by that rapper, man? Holla for yayo. Damn, man, you know who he is. Fuck, man. What's his name? He's a rapper from the Bay Area. Frank Bay will have the Daddy Yankee song blasting. Oh yeah, when you get that. Yo, you get that shit. You're drinking some shots, man. Off the cocaina, man. You can drink about 1,000 Coronas. I don't know, something about that. And this is the past, guys. This is in my past party days. I'm a family man now, okay? I don't condone that type of action. Dre Dog. Yayo for yayo or something like that. Somebody, if you guys know that. I'm saying a million things, man. I'm saying a million things. Hopefully you guys can keep up with me. I'm still looking for the AJ thing. But yeah, boxing, man. Damn. Talking about drugs and women. Right? Drugs and women. Is there anything else in life? What else does life have to offer? Will Baldo Taraji gonna steal the show? I was thinking that Taraji guy, he's a beast, man. I mean, he comes to fight. He comes to fight. He ain't no punk. It'll be a good night, but I hope it's not what Blaze said, man. Do Mexicans go 0-4? Man, you'll never hear the end of it. You'll never hear the end of it if that happens. Man, I thought I liked it. I thought I saved it. I'm really trying to find it for you guys. But it was hilarious. AJ just made Floyd look like a butler. Made him look like his bag boy. And Floyd was like, hey, I'm Floyd Mayweather. Do you remember this beast? Oh, it's Ayo for Yayo. Chico, get the Yayo, Chico. 2-2? I hope so. We get something. Like, jeez. I mean, something. Do you guys have that one aunt or uncle that was always like something? Jeez. They was always in the corner just saying that. Sheesh. Always hating. Like, oh my gosh, you eating again? Like, shut up, bitch. Mind your business. Every family has that just one aunt in the corner talking shit. Am I right? Does everybody just have that one aunt just always in the corner, just talking shit about everybody and everything? Like, damn, go get laid. Shit. Will barter 35 pint top. Oh, I think you posted that too, Paulos. Hit the like, guys. Lord Chilaquiles. I'm just talking shit. If anybody else wants to talk shit, you know I always drop the link for the homeboys. Don't blame the drugs, blame the knucklehead that can't handle it. Facts. And everybody always has that one dumbass cousin that can't handle it and about to get everybody taken down. He start tripping out, want to call 911. You know, he want to tell everybody that he's on drugs. Like, bro, you're not going to blow up the spot. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I can't take it, bro. Bro, I got to go to the hospital. Like, you're not going to the hospital. Exactly. It's free smoke on mine, baby. Remember this guy? I'd have said a true warrior. Look at that shit, man. That's real boxing. You know this guy did a lot of drugs. You know Chavez did a lot of drugs, man. Oscar did a lot of drugs. Damn, you can't stop hating for just one day? That's how you know someone's a truly hater. Arce was a savage. Yeah. Was he all-time great? Was he good? Did he have the most skills? Nah, but we love the Warriors. The Warriors. You know, that's what really makes a fight, right? That's what I said yesterday, pound for pound. Up at 5 a.m. seeing Mex get beat up. That's what's gonna happen, bro. We were set up to fail. You know, that's just being who we are, man. You know, it happens everywhere. You know when you go to a fine dining Italian restaurant, a Chinese restaurant, you know who's really back there? Here's a Mexican. You know, that's who's usually the head chef. New Orleans is a shithole. Yeah, do you guys still remember Hurricane Katrina? Damn, I want to find that clip. Wolf Blitzer. Do you guys remember that? When they were interviewing him, I guess he was like, and Howard Stern played it on the Katrina thing. But I mean, shout out, right? Condolences to the Katrina. It was awful, bad time in history. But I guess he was on the streets and he was looking at people and he was like, they're so black. Damn, remember this bitch? She is fine. Golly. You can see what Frank Bay likes. She's white, right? She thicker than she built like a sister. But look like what does she look like? Do you think she's white? She's Margot Robbie, right? Or she like shit, what would she be? Spanish? She Espanol? Or Spain? Samurai. Blaze coming with smoke today. Fuck with Blaze. Samurai Day equals Mexican punching day. Irish. Oh yeah. You know that you're smart, man. That's why I love my chat. Solo Dolo. Yeah, because aren't they mixed with like there's some kind of like hair, what do you call it? Genealogy that they have African American in them or something like that? Some shit like that. I don't looks like a bloke. Damn, you hating, dog. What you like, the skinny Maries? The skinny, you like them coke bitches, huh? You like them cocainas. She do a little blow with you, keep her thin. Now, you know what? I come from a family that actually, you know, my uncles and my aunts, you know, my grandma chastised them. She didn't want anybody fat. And I had one like overweight aunt and she always got the worst. You know, my grandma was all about being European, like milk white. She didn't ever want to get any sun and skinny, thin, flaca. You know, I was always, but yet for the boys, we had to be fat. You know, my grandpa had a belly. He wasn't fat, but he had a good panzón, you know. And I was teased because I was flaco. I was the, you know, I told you guys picky. I didn't like beans. I didn't like rice. All I liked was quesadillas, chilaquiles and quesadillas. That's literally what I grew up on. And I was skinny. I was skinny all the way up until I was like maybe I started gaining weight later in my mid-20s, but I was still skinny. I started lifting weights because I hated it. Spaniards got Puerto shame. Looks like a bloke. I was super skinny, man. And the hosey, everybody said it. You know, I guess for women, you know, being skinny is good. But you know, I'm just saying because somebody said she fat. You know, they don't like that thickness. But a lot of guys, my uncles, they were all like, no, I want a skinny girl. My grandma conditioned them to want skinny women. I was really worried I was lifting weights, but was still thin. Yeah, it's called protein. You need supplements. So I bought whey protein. I just bulked up because I gained about 40 pounds of muscle using supplements. I only eat tortillas and tacos. Yeah, tortillas. My dad, he doesn't eat tortillas because they're fattening. Got the Picasso built. Not anymore. Now, actually, I got a beer belly. I regret it. You know, my dad told me, he's like, son, you got to stop drinking beer. You're going to get fat. I didn't believe him because I was always skinny. And then I hit the wall. I stopped lifting weights and I got a beer belly. So he's like, you know, you should start drinking vodka, you know, because then there's no calories. And I did. And I lost a lot of weight. But I still got a little bit of beer belly. No longer do I have the six pack. But do you guys what do you like? Skinny women or fridges? You like the fridges? But how you're getting dad bod now? I still got muscles. I still got a decent chest. It's just the beer belly, man. I can't lose the tire handles. It sucks. I used to be the man. I'm for real. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, man. What do you guys feel? You know, David Benavidez, Bam Rodriguez, the year, Davina Hanke, you know, Canelo, Crawford. How do you guys feel about the year, man? Was it a good year? Was it a bad year? You know, like Blaze is saying, Mexicans about to go 0-4. You know, like damn, man. It's not looking too good, you know. The Virgil Ortiz, Duran Ennis fiasco. Frank Alito nigga out here. Bro, I lost a lot of weight. I got really fat. Really, really fat. Only 350. Oh shit. Puro Sur sighting. I got really, really fat, man. I really did. I stopped lifting weights, stopped going to the gym, and I got unhealthy fat. Because I'm a skinny guy. I'm actually like skinny, you know. Tio Shakur, good fight unless they put us to sleep. Yeah, you know the rumor is that well, not a rumor, but what everybody's saying is that Tio has to be the one to make the fight. You know, that's the way they're saying it. But the undercard, you know, that Richard Bitchensons was supposed to fight Ortiz. That's not happening. You know, I think Ammo Williams is on the undercard. So here it is. Picasso, 2 days to go. Can you believe it? It's only 2 days to go. Night of the Samurai. So it's the samurai is the Asian, and then the Mexican samurai is an Aztec warrior. But Picasso's like white as fuck. He don't look like Mario Barrios. Puto drunk out of his mind. You know what being drunk is if you can't handle it. I am actually a good drunk. I can handle it. I can look, you know, my chick always says, you know, I can never tell when you're drunk. Salute to the Kang. Salute. You know, it's the people that start getting like out of line and they start getting violent. They start bumping into shit. You know, I've never been one of those, you know. What usually happens is I get sick when I get home, you know. If I don't get some, you know, I usually end up getting sick. Like my head starts spinning, then I gotta go pull them chones down and get to work. And then you know, maybe have a cup of orange juice and I feel better. You know, and then or a bloji. Happy Kwanzaa. Then I feel okay, but you know, it doesn't hit me till my head starts spinning. You know, the worst is when your head starts spinning. You know that feeling, and that's usually if I mix. Frank, who you got? Resendiz or Berlangas? Resendiz. I hope ICGC better him, right? But we don't even know if that fight's gonna happen. But you know a lot. Andy Cruz, Murataya. What do you guys think about that? That's a hell of a fight. Dalton Smith, Frank be drinking them White Claws. You know what, man? Maybe if I was a hipster, I would. But I never really got into these kind of like alternative drinks now, like that you see like the White Claws and. I like a good wine cooler every now and then. You know what? That's what I'm gonna get. I want some wine coolers. I know it sounds like bitch shit, but it's good. It's good, With I used to get high and drink wine coolers. That's like the best. Smoke some good, and sip on a wine cooler, pina colada, a margarita, Heineken, man. That's my shit. Exactly. When you a man, you like shit like Heineken. When you a boy, you just want to get drunk. But the old OGs hit me to how to drink. When you go to the club, you don't get fruity drinks. But I like a good martini too. But yeah, Resendiz should beat him. Heineken's a G drink. I ain't doing no Bud Light, no Budweiser. My grandpa used to like. My grandpa was such an OG. He drank brandy. Were your guys old school Mexican grandpas? Did they drink brandy? Brandy's disgusting. I don't think I've ever been sicker than off brandy. Frank gets drunk off. Damn, you just got some slander. It's Frank-based slander. I guess I'm your punching bag today, huh? Blaze been just coming at me. I've been catching strays everywhere, man. But as long as you're here, you know what I'm saying? Thank you. Hit the light. A Remy Martini. What? Remy Martin? Oh, that's old school. That's wino. I think blacks like Remy Martin. Old school blacks like Remy Martin. It just tastes like wine to me. I'd rather drink wine, a good red wine, with a steak than Remy Martin. I thought it was disgusting. We used to drink Paul Masson. Oh my god, who remembers Paul Masson? If you're a ghetto ass hood nigga, I'm sorry to say that, but if you're a ghetto-ass hood nigga, you know about Paul Masson. You get 5 heads, smashing that before the movie theater. Oh, my gosh. I don't think I've ever fucked harder and more than off Paul Masson. Dude, I think I ran just trains on Paul Masson, man. I could fuck like 3 or 4 times on Paul Masson. Paul Masson. Who's ever got whiskey dick? Is that a thing? I think I only got whiskey dick one time. Has anybody had? It's the wildest thing, bro. I thought I was horny as hell with like this rando stranger, and I got whiskey dick, and I was horny. I was like, what the fuck? And I was just like slapping it. Eventually, I got it in, but it wasn't the best time. Never heard from her again. I just kicked her out. I feel bad. And I was going to call her and take her on a real date because I felt bad. But then I didn't have her number. I just kicked her out. Who's had whiskey dick? Or it's only me? You know what makes my dick extra hard? Vodka. Vodka makes me extremely horny. I don't know why. It's the clear, right? But I what's weak as shit is drinking on that kinky. Yeah, Scotch and Jack Daniels, I just get more like mellow. You know what I'm saying? But vodka makes you like aggressive and horny. Like all I want to do is just fuck on vodka. Like at the club, oh my gosh, I'll drink whiskey because I can be chilled. Whiskey or Scotch. Johnny Walker. I'm super laid back. I'm super player. I'll just talk to a girl for hours on, but on vodka, I'm just like, look, I'm trying to fuck. And beer, all I do is pee. I just feel like I gotta pee a million times. You know what someone mentioned? Modelo. Modelo makes you pee a lot. I love Modelo, but it's fattening and you just pee. So I went back to Pacifico and Heineken's because Heineken's is just like it's just like you get fat and bloated, but at least, I only drink a couple. Yeah, man. What was your highlight of 2025? What was your guys' highlight? Who was impressive? What are you guys looking forward to? I seen this today. They're saying what does this say? Hearn doubtful, Crocker gets made. So Davina Hanke was trying to go after Lewis. Who gives a fuck? Did anybody care? Well, this got awkward late. What? Oh, because I was talking about drinking. Nah, man, it's just laid back. It's laid back. We're just chilling, talking, talking that boxing shit. What was your highlight of 2025? I had the Christmas tree. I got a Nui. I got Davina Hanke, Jerron Ennis, Virgil Ortiz, Bud Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. So, one guy's retired. Canelo's not coming back till September. It's just strange how everything plays out, David Benavidez is fighting Zuro. Nobody's seen that coming. Are you guys excited for that fight? But it's not until May. That's what's crazy. I was like, we got these fights coming up and potential fights. Look, would you be Frankie drinks vodka when watching boxing? No, I actually don't drink. I usually eat first. I eat a little bit and then I get started. I usually like to drink later on because I kind of want to pay attention. I'm not able to pay attention and score a fight if I'm getting smashed. I learned my lesson with that one. Would anybody be intimidated by this guy?
And will be for the undisputed and Ring Magazine Super Bantamweight Championships of the World. The challenge is the Ring Squad.
I think Picasso has zero fear. What do you guys think? More DC. Frank, you think Josh Kelly can cause the upset against background? Sure. I mean, there's always a chance. I don't think he has a good chance. But, he's the boxer mover. And Background is the beast. So it'll be interesting. It'll be definitely interesting. Frankie has 3. No, 1, okay? Don't get it twisted. No, actually... I probably should have 3. No lie. I used to drink and drive a lot. How I never got in trouble, I will never understand. I almost did once. I got pulled over and I just got lucky. I just got a ticket. My dad told me, he said, if you ever get pulled over, never admit. This is a word to the wise, and it works because it's happened a couple times. The cop, they try to entrap you. So if the cop says, have you been drinking tonight? People think that it's smart to say yes. But my dad, he told me, because we have family in law enforcement, and they would always tell my dad, never admit you've been drinking. And this is the law telling you that that's an entrapment. Never admit you did anything wrong. Just say, hey, if you're going to give me a ticket, give me my ticket so I can go on. You don't have to allow them to search your car. You can always say no. You don't have to step out of the car. All you say is, what am I being detained for? And 9 out of 10 times they'll have to let you go. They're all forms of entrapment. But about the drinking, they get you to say, yeah. Most people, they go, yeah, yeah, I had a drink 3 hours ago, and then that's when they have reason to get you out and give you a sobriety test. Word of the wise. But you just hold your gut, and then they say, well, I smell something. Nope, I don't know what that is. Sorry to tell you. They did all these little tricks, but you never admit, and it's got me out of a couple jams. Salute to the word to the wise. My cousin met Muratali and realized that Murata is bigger and taller than Bevo Munguia. Yeah, he looks like it. But the guy, he's been inactive. My homie said he just pulled over one time and fell asleep till he was sober. Well, you know what? I had a homie that did that too and still got a DUI. You cannot, you need to like throw your keys in, and you need to put them on the ground so you can sleep in your car, but don't sleep in the driver's seat and don't have your keys on you. People make that mistake, right? They try to stay warm and they have their keys in the ignition. You'll still get a ticket. You can still get a DUI for that. You have to be in the backseat of their passenger car. And you shouldn't be drinking and driving anyway. I was like, I'm not going to lose my freedom for something so easily avoidable. You know what I'm saying? But as Alan Picasso looks fearless, man. He's big, strong. He's coming to fight. I give him a chance. I think he has a shot. Not a good shot. It's a long shot. But it's a shot. And here's Nakatani, the Mexican. The Mexican, he looks, I don't know. What do we think? He looks sturdy. Nakatani's bigger, but it looks like he's going to fill out. Is that what he has on? I was wondering about that. Picasso has the Israeli flag on. The Mexican looks a lot smaller, though. I mean, it looks like he's filling out frame, but he's still undersized. I was trying to figure that out. Thank you. Hit the light. Lord Chilequiles. Alcohol is haram. Slugger Sam. I don't know what that means. Are you saying it's a sin? I love alcohol. I used to drink a lot. Hugo Juice. Salute. Mexico will show out. Well, Hugo, thank you. Hit the like. You're new. Hopefully you're subscribed. The notifications. The chat is saying that we're going 0 for 4. He said it's Night of the Samurai versus the Mexican punching bag. Oh my God, you guys are hilarious. I hope he's wrong. Can we at least go 1 and 3? Like 0 and 4 would be embarrassing. Let's go, Logan. Like really though, how embarrassing would it be to go how embarrassing would it be to go 0 and 5? Like, holy shit. This is funny. I just want to show you guys this.
Nah, the first one got him. But this jump. Blow! Oh, I'm asleep. I'm sleeping. And one last time, son. Pacow! Nah, the first one got him. But this jump.
What? Hold on, Hugo. Hold on. Who's in the chat? Hugo Juice. Give me 1 second. I gotta just make sure you're who you say you are. I'm gonna bring up my media asset. I think Hugo wants to tell us that Mexico is gonna go 4-0. Hopefully he's right. Is this Juice?
Yes, sir. This is Juice. Salute. Can I get a
What's up, Juice
check?
Man?
What up, brother? How we doing?
Yeah,
today?
you're good. We're good. Just hopefully you're enjoying your Christmas, not too drunk. Did you kick the kids and fam out? You're like, I need my time.
Yeah, man, I've been with them since yesterday, today, earlier
Thank
today.
you.
Just hopping on this YouTube, wanting to talk some boxing, man. I see that you're talking about the Enuge and the Alan Picasso card, man. Hopefully we have an exciting card. Me being on the West Coast, it will be really early for me, brother. Really early for me. So I'm aiming to watch I want to watch the last 3 fights. I want to watch that IBF at 115. Alfredo, I can't remember his last name though, but he got that IBF title at 115, which is the one that Bam's missing, right? You follow me, brother?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So hopefully we get a a champion that's willing to defend, to go undisputed versus Bam Rodriguez. That's the plan. That's what Mr. Eddie Hearn was speaking of today. That the winner of that fight needs to fight Bam Rodriguez, and then we move up to the co-main event, which would be Junto Nakatani versus Sebastian Hernandez. I don't know really much about Sebastian Hernandez, considering the fact that he hasn't really fought on any major platforms. I know that his last fight was in the Pechanga Arena, but other than that, he's just a Mexican fighter, right? That fights in nightclubs, in casinos, and stuff like that. So we've never really seen him, at least in my end. I don't know if you've ever seen him. Have you ever seen him?
Nah, man, this is the homie Blaze. He's an OG here. He says,
Sir?
Yeah, I'm here. You got me?
Hello.
Can you guys hear Juice? Juice, are you there? Okay, he dropped off. The Kamikazes versus the Gardeners. I like Juice's energy, man. Come back, Juice. We need somebody to rep, man. We're all haters in here. It's the Kamikazes versus the Gardeners. Yo.
Yes, sir. Can I get a mic check?
Yeah, you're good.
I don't know what happened there. I just stopped hearing you. But yeah, like I was saying, I don't know if you know much about Sebastian Hernandez, or if you ever seen his fights.
I'm not gonna lie. I haven't heard much. We're all, like Blaze said, he says it's the Kamikazes versus the Gardeners. We're just being brought in to get slaughtered, bro.
I like that reference, you know? You know, Mexico is up for this one. I feel that the whole Mexican versus Japan cracked off when Luis El Pantera Neri definitely defeated a Japanese gentleman, which I'll give you the name of him shortly. But then you seen him go at it with Naoya Inoue, right? He was the first one to ever drop Naoya Inoue. So I feel like from there, that's when like the whole Mexican and the Japanese popped off. So he beat a Japanese gentleman by TKO in 2018. So that's when I felt kind of like the little rivalry started going. I don't know what you think about that.
No, I mean, it's just par for the course. Like, usually every fighter in the last 20, 30 years has probably built his name off a Mexican. Can we really go down and find one fighter that hasn't?
Damn, you have a point there, brother.
Yeah. It's just it's a dirty little secret, right? We got this. See, look, the zone is saying Japan versus Mexico, right? And you know, we're saying, man, we're really brought in to get slaughtered. And then we have this white man, Eddie Hearn, you know, profiting off our blood, sweat, and tears. I'm kind of just trying to stir something.
He doesn't even have any fighter here. Like I know that like he's brought it. From my understanding, he doesn't have any fighter. He doesn't have, what's the thing? He doesn't have any horse in the race. Like,
yeah,
literally.
man, it's just the white man. You see how the white man does us? He does the Japanese, the Asian, and he gets the Mexican to fight for him.
Trying to get the spoon in the soup, man, without him even being a part of it, right?
Exactly. That's the white man. See how the white man does people? The colonizer.
Colonizer. But yeah, man,
Go ahead.
Gonna be watching it live fight chat, or are you just gonna catch the highlights when you wake up?
Man, I'm gonna try to stay awake, but I usually end up falling asleep. I mean, I'm gonna try, but I will be awake for the main event. You know, if I can stay awake for the if I fall asleep in the for the undercards, I at least want to wake up for Nakatani versus Reyes.
Oh, for the co-main event.
Yeah, at least, you know, because I tend to nod off. I'm just like nodding off. But when Inui fought some cans in the morning, I really fell asleep during the fights. When he fought like T.H. Donnie, or he crushed some serious cans. I was like, bro.
Look, the only fight that I really stayed up and watched was the Stephen Coolboy Fulton versus Naoya Inoue, and that's just because, you know, he was coming from America. He was a unified champion. Naoya Inoue was moving up in weight. Like, all the odds were against Naoya Inoue, except for having home court advantage. Other than that, though, like, man, I had my hopes on Coolboy. You
wanted Coolboy to win?
Well, you know, man, Yeah, you could say that, bro. He was coming from America. He was, unified champion at 122. It's not that I wanted him to win because I just wanted to see a good fight, but I just thought he had the most possibilities of winning out of his last 5 opponents, respectfully. What about yourself, sir?
As far as what?
As far as did you stay up and watch that fight?
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, I was awake. Like I felt it was gonna be competitive.
Yeah.
So I would make sure I'll wait. But damn, isn't she like a gilf? Is that J-Lo? J to the
Damn.
low? Dude, she's like 60.
Sheesh. 60 looking 30.
Fuck. Hugo's
Yeah.
Nicaraguan? What the fuck? Where do you guys get this shit from?
Nah, man.
It's the
I ain't
first time he's ever
Nicaraguan,
been
brother.
here.
I ain't Nicaraguan, brother. You know what it is, brother. I'm lucky enough to be born in the United States, but I don't forget my roots. My roots are Mexican, so I'm Mexican American, brother.
Ah, man, you don't need to explain yourself, but these guys go after everybody.
Yeah.
But it's
So what's
just
up, brother?
Uh-huh.
What did you think about the? I mean, I know that this kind of been a slow month as boxing, but what did you, can I get your opinion on the Jake Paul and the Tyson Fury? I mean, the Jake Paul and the Anthony Joshua fight, brother.
shit, man.
You probably spoke about this a lot, but just
Yeah,
let
yeah.
me get a summary though. Let me get a summary, brother. What you think about that fight?
I thought it was a shit fight. It was a
Oh,
terrible
man.
fight. I don't give the guy no credit. I feel like AJ carried him, and I'm just going short of saying it was a fixed fight. I think it was a fake fight. I don't think anything about it was real.
Wow. So you don't give Mr. Jake Paul any credit, brother? No credit at all.
None.
No credit
No.
going 6 rounds, breaking his jaw, having a good little fight card. Nothing.
I you know what, I will give him credit for being smarter than most people. He was smart enough to talk his way into like $80 million. Like how can you hate or discredit anybody that does that?
Word.
But as far as
bro, that's a
boxing,
fact.
that was not a boxing match.
What do you think it was?
It was like your average tough man competition. Do you ever see those tough man fights?
Yeah.
That's not boxing. That's street beef. I can watch that on YouTube. That's not boxing.
Do you think he had a little bit of more game in his plan to go the full distance, or do you think like he was just like, okay, I'm tired, I don't want to fight, just knock me out?
Well, look, as a man, right? As a man, you and me, man to man, right? What is
sir.
our number one modus operandi when it comes to like beef in the streets or even just beef in the gym? Just whenever you got beef, what is it?
Like I'll fuck you up, like I'm down to fight you type of shit.
No, to not look like a punk.
Oh, right, yeah, yep.
The worst thing you can do in life as a man in
Look
a
like a
beef
bitch.
is look like a punk.
Yeah.
So he looked like a punk going in there and running around because he could have just said, you know what, I got no chance. I'm gonna just go in guns blazing, and man, it's gonna end bad. But at least I ain't no punk. That's what everybody. I ain't no punk, nigga. I'll pull up. On these YouTube, even on these fucking YouTube panels, I'll pull up, nigga. And, what's up? You don't want none. And it's like, because everybody's got trying to prove how macho they are. Because that's just how we're built. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So to me, it was like, bro, you went out and Paulie Malignaggi, that's what he said. He's like, bro, that was the biggest punk shit I ever seen. Most people, Carl Froch, these people that fought, that was pretty much the first thing they said is, man, that you can't respect that.
Nah, bro. Like, respectfully, a lot of people were giving him credit, though. A lot of people were like, "Damn, Jake Paul earned my credit. He got in the ring with an gold medalist, and he survived 6 rounds. Salute to him." So I guess it's like a double-edged sword, right? You have people that giving him props, but then you also have people that are calling him, like you say, a quote-unquote punk.
Well, my argument for why I said it was like, why I don't want to give him credit is because it's disrespectful to the real fighters that go in and nearly lose their lives, like Arturo Gatti, Mickey Ward, DL Corrales. Those are warriors. What happened that night was not being a warrior. It was survival until he couldn't survive anymore. And so I'm not gonna give him like this, make basically immortalize him. I said I'm not gonna give him a boxing Purple Heart. I think anybody would have did the same thing. They would have got paid 80 million to go run around. Yeah, shit, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try do my best not to get killed, but I don't think I can get credit for that.
Yeah, man. So I feel that Jake Paul, like that he has to. I mean, he did have a lot of viewers. Did you see the numbers that tuned into the?
Oh yeah, it's like
Netflix?
33
It was
million.
33 million, bro. That's a lot. That's 10 million less than Canelo Crawford, right? Because Canelo Crawford, that was 43 million, and that was like a 9 months promotion. This was like a month promotion. Now, my question to you, my brother, is: do you think Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis would have done higher numbers than this?
No, not even. Probably, no, not even close. I think
You don't think it would
AJ
have done 33 million?
No. Anthony Jake Paul, those numbers are because of Jake Paul, not because of Tank. I mean, not because of Anthony Joshua, but at least he brought it. At least he brought another audience with his UK base, and it's the heavyweights. So there's always eyeballs on him. He is known in the States because Wilder and Ruiz, but no, I don't think the Gervonta Davis fight does equally. Yeah, maybe it does 20. It wouldn't have tanked. It wouldn't have been bad, but it wouldn't have been to the level. Hugo, can you do me a big favor?
Yes, sir.
Can you talk for like 2 minutes?
Sure.
Give me a break real quick.
All right.
Yeah, tell me what you think, or tell the people.
Nah, well, so like for the month of January, I mean, we're gonna end the month on Saturday, right? That'll be like the last fight for this year. It'll be Naoya Inoue versus David Allen Picasso, and the whole point of that fight is for him to go at it with the co-main event, which would be Junto Nakatani versus Sebastian Hernandez Reyes. So if you guys take a consideration and you guys look at the Allen David Picasso, he is a little taller than Naoya Inoue. If you guys caught up to the press conference today to the face-off, he had some inches in him. So I think Naoya Inoue picked him for he could get ready for Junto Nakatani. Now that fight is set to be next year, May, in the Tokyo Dome. So hopefully that fight could get lined up. That'll be a mega fight, obviously, in that side of the globe, which is a different schedule, right? But I think that's the fight that they want to make down the line. They want to make Naoya Inoue versus Junto Nakatani. That's the fight that this card is lined up for. Also, like I mentioned to you, Wilbaldo Garcia versus Kinshiro Tajari. That fight is for the IBF at 115. The current champion at 115 is Bam Rodriguez, which he just defeated Puma Martinez. So he got 3 belts, right? He got the IBF. I mean, he got the WBC, WBA, and WBO. He got the 3 belts. All he's missing is 1 belt, which will be up for grabs tomorrow, right? That fight is set. The winner of that fight, Eddie Hearn, today in the press conference was pushing for could be the next opponent of Jesse Bam Rodriguez, which will be for Undisputed. Now that's another fight that could also take place hopefully the first quarter of next year. If these two gentlemen don't come out too hurt, they could line that fight up. So yeah, man, I mean, it looks overall like a good card. Us over here in the United States, both in the East Coast and in the West Coast, is gonna be like an early morning card. They're putting it on prime time for Japan. So if you guys are up for it, you guys can stay up and watch that fight. The only thing, there's a catch. That is a pay-per-view fight. I'm a DAZN subscriber. I'm just a regular DAZN subscriber, so it's pretty nasty how I need to pay for pay-per-view for this fight, which I'm not in agreement. So I mean, I will be out there, and I will most likely just catch the highlights because I don't think that this is worth my $60 or how much they're they're charging for this card. So yeah, man, tune into that fight early next year. We do have the Amanda Serrano versus Reina Teles kicking off the new year. That'll be next Saturday. So that's gonna be the first fight card of the year. After that one,
Are
we
you
have a good
interested in
one.
it? You like women's boxing?
You know what, bro? Since Jake Paul came into women's boxing, I'm not gonna lie to you, I got a little more into it because he's cranking it up, right? He's giving them big stages, big platforms, main events. So that I'm a little more intrigued in it now that MVP came in the game. But before that, I wasn't.
Are you a fan of Jake Paul? Are you a fan of Jake Paul? What did you think of it? Did you think it was real?
For sure.
I mean, do you not
No,
like
no, no,
what
no,
I
for
said?
sure. Thank you for asking that question. So look, I thought that I thought that the main card overall was cool. I like the prelims to the main event. It was a good card. I didn't have no plans that Saturday, so staying in and watching that, I'm not gonna say it was a bad card. Now I did hope Jake Paul performed a little better, but just that dude's gas tank is not there, bro. So he's gonna have problems at heavyweight, which I don't think he'll stay there. I think he'll go back down.
So you think he's coming back to boxing?
Of course, brother. Why wouldn't
You
he?
think so?
I
Gee.
think this was his rites. I think this was his rites of passage, brother. This was his rites of passage for boxing. I think this is literally his adoption into boxing. People are seeing that his fights are not rigged, brother. In my opinion, I'm not gonna get my jaw broken and eat soup for a whole month and maybe never be able to eat certain type of foods again. Would you? You'll do that?
Yeah, of course. For that much money, let me.
But he already has money, brother. He already has money.
That yeah, but you know, there's only thing rich people want more than anything, and that's more money. Let me show this real quick. Let me show this real quick.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Mute your mic. I'm gonna mute your mic real quick, and I'm gonna mute mine. I don't think it was real. I just don't. I don't know if it. I'm not saying it was rigged. I just don't know if it was legit.
Yeah, no, and you're not alone there, brother. I mean, you're not alone. Like a lot of boxing fans and even casual fans saying that it's rigged. But what fight isn't rigged of Jake Paul, right? I mean,
But that's what people were questioning.
yeah, like what fight isn't rigged? I mean, that'll always follow him. I feel like in his boxing career, like no one will ever believe when his fights are real. I mean, you know, they're always gonna have some type of doubt, but the dude does bring some excitement to his undercard. Can we
Yeah,
agree
yeah.
on that?
Yo, yeah. As far as like the entertainment factor and what he brings, 1 second. Okay, hold on. Go ahead, man. You could talk. I'm just muting myself.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is something that's always gonna follow Mr. Jake Paul. And you know, like he's taking this pretty serious now. Him and Nikita, the co-founder of MVP, is pushing lawsuits now to professional athletes. Anyone that's saying that he has his fights rigged are getting persecuted in a civil lawsuit. So I mean, they're taking it pretty serious because they're claiming that they're in the gym full effect and that his fights are not rigged. But yeah, man. I mean, it's up to for everyone's opinion, right? On if it's rigged or if it's not rigged. Everyone just has their own opinion on that. From my personal opinion, I don't think they're rigged. I think that that he's in there fighting, and that the people that he has knocked out is because he has better skill. He hasn't faced any top competition other than Anthony Joshua, and then you guys seen what happened to him. I think the fight with him and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. was a fight that you seen that he was having difficulties towards the end of the fight, right? He was gassing out pretty much in that fight, and that's what people were commenting about going into this fight. So we'll see. We'll see what's next for that gentleman.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Oh shit, my bad, man. I'm gonna have to wrap it up. I gotta get, but I want to appreciate you. Thank you for dropping by, man. Don't be a stranger.
All right, brother, for sure, man. Thanks for having me, dude.
Yeah, come by anytime, man. I do lives here and there. Try to hop on, have some fun, talk some boxing, and I think I've heard you before, man. So
let me ask you a question, Doc. Who's your favorite boxer?
Right now, probably Bam Rodriguez.
Oh, good one. Yeah, man. So then we just have to keep a lookout on that IBF title at 115. Hopefully they could fight Bam. If not, Bam's moving up to 118. If he does move up to 118, I feel like his first opponent should be Naoya Inoue brother. I don't remember his first name, but he's the Inoue brother. He's at 118, and he just got the WBC belt at 118. So, for my opinion, that should be his next opponent if he can undispute at 115. But all right, brother, thank you.
Yeah, man, thank you. Appreciate everybody. Thank you for the Christmas edition. We were just talking about food and drinks and beaches. You know what time it is. Salute Bulbous, John Blaze. Always come with the smoke. Hawker, Genuity. Who else? Solo Dolo. Eric Gomez. Yes, I need a break. More DC. Frank always needs a break, man. Need to get some drink and some food. Clean up, you know. That's the thing about the holidays, man. It's the cleanup days. More BC. Everybody showing love. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy your holiday. Don't drink and drive. Get paid, get laid, get some more food in you. Hug your loved ones. And on that note, thank Juice who dropped by. And we'll be back to talk some boxing. Peace.